Today, I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about how you can provide remote access for macOS. This has been a big topic now. There are certain applications that just function better or are intended to run on macOS, particularly if you're talking about certain media and entertainment apps, post-production apps, things like that. To set the stage, I want to kind of go back and talk about the pieces of the Leostream platform and how they come into play when you're talking about remote access for macOS. Obviously, the first part is the connection broker. It's the main brains of the operation. It's what's actually indicating who has access to your Mac OS. Maybe this is a pool of machines with an expensive application. You want to provide shared access to a group of users. Maybe it's a classroom or a lab full of Macs, and you want to actually have access to that lab for a group of students. The broker's handling the intelligence behind that process. Now, if your users are in the office or have a VPN connection to the data center or in the lab, obviously they can use the broker to manage access and then connect directly to that macOS device. If they're home or anywhere else remote, that's where the Leostream gateway comes into play. It is actually providing that remote VPN-less access to the macOS device wherever you have it hosted. The way the gateway works, essentially it's doing two things. One, it's providing a way, a tunnel essentially, for the user to log in from their client, wherever it happens to be, along 443, so it is an encrypted channel. So along 443, the gateway is sending the login traffic to the Leostream connection broker. Broker then does this magic to indicate what Mac the user can connect to and how they should connect to it. When the user then requests the actual connection to their remote macOS device, the gateway switches functionality and becomes essentially a port forward for the display protocol traffic. Now for macOS, you have a few options for connecting remotely to that device. VNC has been around for a while, and you can use VNC to connect to the macOS device through a Leostream login. It's not as performant as some of the other protocols that we've seen. So what I want to focus on is the more performant protocols. One of those is NoMachine. We've been doing a lot of work with our partners, NoMachine, to support their protocol through the Leostream gateway. And I'll show you that using their client, so the software client that you can install. But you can also, in an upcoming release of Leostream, you'll be able to do in-browser connections for NoMachine using their HTML5 client. So that's pretty cool. So that's one protocol I'll show you, and that's all along the port 4000. So in the case of NoMachine, the gateway is tunneling the user's connection from a port. This is not on 443 from the client. This is on a port that depends on the gateway mode. And I can talk about more of that when I show you the broker. But it's going from that port through the gateway over to port 4000 to the Mac machine that you're connecting the user to. Now, the other highly performant protocol that we support for macOS is PC over IP. That obviously is along the PC over IP port, which is 4172. Now, Macs, obviously, there's very specific conditions under which you can virtualize Macs. So for the most part, what we're doing is we're connecting people to physical Mac devices. So in order to establish a PC over IP connection to a Mac, what I'm going to show you is actually a connection to a DXT H4 external host provided by our partners, Amulet Hotkey. So this is a box that you can actually plug into your Mac, and it allows the PC over IP connection to the Mac OS device that way. So now let's show you how this works through Leostream. This is the connection broker web interface. I'm going to log in as the main admin so I can show you how I've integrated the Macs into my Leostream environment and configured how I'm going to connect them. Then I'll also show you how you can use the web interface from an end user's perspective to actually connect to one of these devices. So here I'm going to sign in. For the most part, everything that's in the connection broker with regards to pooling and policies and plans is the same whether you're connecting to a Mac OS, a Windows, or a Linux device. Really doesn't matter too much to Leostream. Where you're going to see Mac come into play here. So what I've done is actually installed our Leostream agent on two Mac devices here. The Leostream agent for Mac is a Java application, so you do need to have Java installed on the Mac as well as our Leostream agent. And then the agent registers that Mac device with my connection broker. So I have two devices here. One, again, I'll show you with NoMachine, the other with PC over IP. I can query the status to see if anyone's currently logged into that Mac. No one is right now. It's ready to be used. Now, the agent on Mac is almost on par with our agents for our other operating systems. The one caveat there, which we're working on right now, is to add idle time notifications to Mac. So the agent will be able to catch when the user's gone idle and forcefully log them out. We do support that on our other operating systems, Linux and Windows, but the Mac is still under development for that. Otherwise, the agent is on par with the other operating systems for Mac. So those are the two desktops I'm going to show connections to. Just to kind of step through my configuration, I pooled these machines. First, I created a pool of all my Macs, which is based on the operating system being macOS. It is our agent that's reporting that information about that operating system. And then I broke it down further into basically what protocols are supported on those Macs. In this case, I just did it based on the desktop name, but the agent does report the installed protocols, so I could use the installed protocols to create these subpools as well. So after I have my pools, I then have to indicate how am I going to connect users to these machines. So what I have specific for the Mac are a couple. One is NoMachine I mentioned. Now you can connect users directly, or you can send it through the gateway. NoMachine works both through our Leostream Connect client as well as through the web client, and I'll show you the web client going through the gateway here in a bit. The other plan that I have specific to this particular demo is the PC over IP. In this case, what I'm going to show you, I'm going to use our Leostream Connect client, our software client specifically, which can launch the Teradici PC over IP software client and connect to the hard host. So that's that Amulet hotkey device I showed you the page for. Again, going through the gateway, optional or not, depending on your needs. Now, before I show you the connections, the last thing I want to show you, not locations, is policies. I have a policy here for my NoMachine offerings. So here I'm offering one machine from my macOS NoMachine pool. And now NoMachine is a protocol that actually allows you to invite users to collaborate. Or I should say NoMachine supports the collaboration. And because it supports collaboration, Leostream allows you to invite people to collaborate. So I've enabled that functionality there. So this way, what I can show you is a user logs into a Mac device via NoMachine, they're working away, they can send an invitation to another Leostream user to say, hey, I need to collaborate on something. And this is extremely important in some of these post-production media and entertainment environments that we're working in right now. The PC over IP protocol does not support that right now, so I'll just show you this for NoMachine. Okay, so let's kind of show this in action. Let me start with just the connection to the PC over IP, just so you can see that really quickly, and then we'll focus on the NoMachine and the invitations. So as I mentioned, that connection needs to go through Leostream Connect. So here I'm going to log in as a user who has access to the PC over IP machine. You notice I have it configured so it doesn't launch the connection automatically. That's a setting you can set. Here, though, because I have it not to launch the connection, I have a system tray which shows me all my different offers, and I can select the Mac and connect. As I mentioned, this is going to launch the PC over IP client there in the background, and there's my connection to the Mac. iTunes is apparently off. Here on the system log page, you can see everything that's going on. This is happening because our Leostream agent can do single sign-on for Linux operating systems. There's another place where we're a little behind on the Mac OS, is that we do not have single sign-on for Mac OS for PC over IP connections just yet. So let me go ahead and close that session. So now let's look at the NoMachine and specifically some of this collaboration functionality. So now I'm going to log in through web browser. Different user gets a different offer. Now I'm going to connect to macOS using NoMachine. So what this is doing in the background is to downloading the NXS file, which launches the NoMachine connection. There's my NoMachine client. And now I can finish the login. And no single sign-on just yet. So now that the user is coming and logging in there, now if I refresh my link, I have this new invite list. So now I can say, well, I want to send an invitation. Let's send this one to here. You can set a time frame on the invitation. If they don't connect in 10 minutes, they're not allowed to come back in, and even send them a note. Please connect to my session. So now if I want, I made that invitation in error, I can cancel it, or I can just view the details if I've forgotten who I sent it to. So now just to show you what that looks like, I'm going to log back into Leostream Connect as the user who was sent the invitation. So now in my list here, I see a view invitations, and I can actually see the invitation that I was sent, and I can connect to it, or I can just decline, and then the original user would be sent a note saying, yes, this person has declined the invitation. I can't actually connect to it because this would be two sessions, no machine sessions to the same machine on the same laptop. So it would just switch back and forth. But if I was logged in from a different device, then I would be able to actually launch the no machine client there and connect in. Oops. And that's it. And again, all the other functionality as far as release plans, power control plans, we can reboot the machines using the Leostream agent. All of that is the same as using other operating systems, but the uniqueness of being able to connect to Mac OS, and particularly once the HTML5 no machine protocol is available, that's very unique to Leostream and something that we think you will find very useful, not just now, but going forward. If you need more information, want to give it a try, you can contact us at sales@leostream.com.